Hello everybody and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. So, today we are going to continue what we've been doing, although I am going to try and level organizing in biology because there's an achievement for getting everything in like one category, I believe. Not everything, I don't even know if that's possible in a playthrough, but we are going to try for it. But we will check back in engineering as often as we can, although right now we can't do anything other than relax. Relax in the lounge. Oh, and the kitchen. I'm avoiding eye contact. Sweating away over humid food nanoprinters isn't really your thing, so you hang back. Besides, Tammy's hand shot up almost immediately. She's making little squeaking noises to try and get Antecedent's attention. She'll be perfect for it. Antecedent sighs and rubs her hand on her apron. Well, if anyone changes their mind, I could use the help. Ah, so I'm betting in a playthrough where Tammy's alive, you can get friendship with her by doing that. We decided early on to let you choose your own path in life. So if you want to join expeditions, we're behind you. Just be safe. I'll do what I want. As in study. I'm a good student. What's up, Tammy? Oh, a Tammy book. What's that book about? Well, it's a bunch of stories. She flips through the pages. But they're all about princes and princesses. And look, the princes are always the taller ones. I'm so big. I'm even taller than Cal is. How can he be my prince if I'm bigger than him? It's true. Tammy is the tallest kid you know, taller than the boys, even Cal, who is a year older. You know she and Cal are close, but you never thought of him as her prince before. Cal would want to be a prince anyway. Oh. Oops! I'll work on your confidence in your route. Sorry, Tammy. I had to relax, so I will go into the engineering wing just so that I can actually check and see if anything's going on. And then after that, we will go work on more biology. We gotta get that up and get more organization. It's time for your end-of-term project. You, Tang, and Cal are all ready to prove that you're capable scientists. Seeing as everyone works together in the colony, you're expected to come up with a project that the three of you can agree on. You can already tell that's going to be a problem. We should do a genetics experiment, insists Tang. I have access to the lab around the clock and I'm already in there every day. It'd be so simple to just come up with an experiment for something I'm already working on. And efficient. It's the perfect choice. Cal considers. I don't know. Lab work is only half the picture, you know? I think we should go to geophonics for some hands-on biology. Mimer is almost ready to give birth, and she had trouble during her last calving, he says. You think he's talking about a float cow. We should do volunteer to monitor her around the clock and document the process. Then we can help deliver the calf. Tang looks disgusted. Absolutely not, she sneers. I am not getting my hands all up in some float cow's guts just because you want to play farmer instead of scientist. She pokes her finger into Cal's chest. What are your data points? What's your hypothesis? Do you have a control group? Where's the science, Cal? You aren't better than others just because you work indoors, Cal snaps. It's so rare to see someone actually get under his skin. Every day I live and breathe biology, genetics, medicine, and ecology, just like you. Science isn't just about doing experiments. Observation is important too. So is compassion and empathy. Tang scoffs. They both look at you. What do you want to do for your projects? Oh, I'm sorry, Cal. In your playthrough, we'll do whatever you want, but a genetics experiment. I knew you'd see it my way, Tang says smugly. Cal isn't happy, but you know he'll still do his best. Start the project. Ooh, this might be tough. Oh, actually, probably won't be. I do have a lot of mental cards, after all. 4. Oh, that becomes 3. 4. 3, 4, 4. 1? Okay, I might need to push through. 4, 3. Actually, nope. We're fine. Who knew that card would actually come in handy when it comes up to 2? Your experiment goes off without a hitch. Over the course of the month, you work under Tangent's close supervision on something that she won't explain completely, but has utmost confidence in. You titrate, precipitate, filter, and distill your hearts out. Chief Engineer Instance recognizes Tang's work immediately. This is impeccable, Tang, she praises her. Wonderful! I can't wait to see what you do with this. Here's some extra kudos for this valuable work. 50! Oh, thank you! The rest of you, she begrudgingly awards you a pass. Hey, I helped. I'm smart. Look at my engineering. It's 100. I am smart. Let's do some more xenobotany. Just because this will get us more organizing, which is the one thing I still need. Hey, Squirt, your mom calls out to you. Don't think it's time you started thinking about what you're going to do when you're older? You look at her in confusion. Isn't she always telling you to stay in school? She chuckles. You gotta think about it sometime, kid. How about you come join your folks on the farm, if you think you're up for it? I'm ready. Your mom claps you on the back. Oof, she's just as strong as she looks. Great, she says. Come see me in xenophonics when you're ready to start. It'll be more fun than wheeling dirt around, I promise. Oh, I got that a lot later in my first playthrough because they were dead and Cal was alone. I think Cal is the one who actually asked. Because he was in charge. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. Ooh, nice. Alright, if we do one more round of organizing or xenobotany, we should be able to actually get through and talk to Seek. So let's xenobotany it up. The colony uses some recycled spaceship parts to build new structures, but most new construction is made out of mushwood, a fungal lumber harvested from mushrooms that tower over the forest in wet season. It's strong, tall, and versatile, like bamboo was back on Earth, but the downside of harvesting fungus in wet is that the logs need to be dried out for almost 2 months before they can be used for construction. Maybe if you study the mushwood, you can figure out a way to shorten the drying time. You'll need to get your hands on some mushwood to study. 3 pieces should do. I don't have any right now. I gave them away. I'll do it later. Maybe. Ooh, that's not good. 2, 4, 5. There we go. Good enough. Plus 2 organizing. Ah, dang it. I'm just 1 short. Really? Ah. Alright, one more time. Xenobotany. You're pulling weeds from the garden beds when you see Cal scurry past him, moving with a purpose. Oh, he doesn't even stop to say hello before he disappears into a barn. Oh, I think that's his worm. But we're gonna save that for his route. Leave him be. Whatever's going on is Cal's business. You don't want to get involved. And also, I'm being very unhelpful this run. I have my own thing going on. It feels like a fountain of new energy is starting to bubble up inside of you. Dangerous, uncontrollable energy. Welcome to puberty, Abby. No! What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? I am organized. Cleaning your bedroom once in a while isn't the same thing, Seek sneers. Ugh, Seek. Well, at least I got it. And now we can get organization. Not much, but hopefully if we do it enough, we'll be able to unlock something else. It's for Tumnalia, time for speeches, games, and feasting. You stare hungrily at the feast table. Sure, it's mostly soy rations, but it's still more food than you usually see at one time. This year, though, there's something new. Great big tureens of glowing beans. Weird. You try to sneak some food before the speeches start, but Chief Engineer Instant catches you and smacks your hand away. Your mom gets really mad at her and it causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the table as Instance blames your mom for the way things are right now. Whatever that means. Your dad passes you a soy sweet to keep your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. Governor takes the stage and manages to calm everyone down. Welcome everyone to our 4th for Tumnalia celebration, she says, speaking through a maxophoner. Her voice has been getting weaker lately and can't reach across the square the way it used to. I'm proud, as always, to stand before you as your governor and to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity on this beautiful planet. Udicott steps aside, wobbling a little as she walks, leaving Seek to complete the annual formalities. Your mom steps forward. This year's feast includes a new glow-in-the-dark food. Pixie beans are our first domesticated Vertumnan crop. The crowd applauds, and your mom raises her hands. Credit goes to Geranium. He insisted we dedicate 1/3 of our fields to them, so you'll have him to thank for the light show in your toilets tonight. A smattering of laughter ripples through the crowd. Your dad chuckles nervously. Your mom's smile fades. As you know, we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil during the wormhole accident, she says. These pixie beans will make up for the losses we faced with our earth crops. Udicott's weedy voice rattles through the maxophoner. Thank you, everyone. Let's get on with the games. The crowd packs away the chairs as the children gather in the square. Which competition do you participate in this year? As always, the science fair. Ooh, we're at 100 with Tangent. Tangent's science fair project is monstrously complicated. She gives a 20-minute speech about cell division in a few different Vertumnan species that goes not over your head, but the heads of everyone in the crowd. What is she even doing locked up in the lab all day? Instance is intrigued. She asks Tangs a series of questions, soon honing in on something Tang overlooked. Tang is so upset with herself she can barely finish answering. Tammy is also competing this year. She charms the judges by showing off her beaded bracelets, each of which illustrate DNA double helix. The judges compliment her scientific accuracy as she ties one on each of their wrists, then teaches everyone how to make them. Your turn. Oh, reasoning challenge? That's not that hard at all. Sorry, Tangent. But part of being my bestie is me destroying you. And most likely you're ending destroying me, from what I heard. Haha! Your project this year is on power generation, explaining the ways the colony will be able to generate power once the nuclear engines eventually need to be turned off. You've compared the efficiency of burning mushwood pellets, spark snow, or the thin oil they've found in the southern swamps. You'd love to outfit the colony with solar power, but those panels are full of precious metals you haven't found alternatives for on Vertumna. You conclude that wind and hydroelectric power are the easiest to maintain and the most sustainable, impressing everyone with your working model of a hydroelectric dam. Finally, it's time for the feast. The pixie beans are a hit. Your parents keep touting their many benefits. They grow well here, they're super nutritious, taste great, they're really versatile, and kids love their bright, multicolored glow. Your rumbling stomach has made you grouchy. Your parents won't let you eat until they finally stop bragging about their dumb beans. You consider the options. Pixie bean soup, pixie bean salad, pixie bean chili, even pixie bean aquafaba dessert. Everything glows in the evening twilight. You sullenly shove your pixie bean everything around on your plate. You don't even want to eat them anymore. Stupid beans, stupid feasts, stupid games, stupid everyone. Ugh! Every time someone turns to talk to you, especially about how great these beans are and how great your parents are for growing them, you just get more irritated. They're just beans. It's like they love these beans more than they love you. You're probably just hungry. Yeah, let's eat the beans. We know they're bad, but whatever. I will rebel against it next time, probably. Just to see. I'll put it in a video. You want to rebel against these stupid beans, but the truth is, you're too hungry to resist. You count backwards from 10 to calm yourself down so you don't blow up at your mom. Why is she smiling all the time? Ugh! Enjoy it while it lasts. You settle down on glowering over her your plate of glowing beans. She notices, but just purses her lips and turns away from you to talk to someone else. Rude! You shovel the food into your mouth, trying not to look like you're enjoying it. Okay, it is delicious, as everyone said, and you start to feel more human the more you eat. Right, yeah. Food. Food is great. You do feel better after you eat something. Everyone's in high spirits after dinner, breaking off into little groups to talk or make music together as the sky darkens for the shortest night of the year. You feel your mood improve by the minute as your friends pull you into a fun rhythmic clapping game. As your irritation fades, you wonder if this is what Congruence meant when she warned you that your hormones would make you feel out of control sometimes. When you go back to your quarters to get ready for bed, your dad gives you a big hug. It's exactly what you needed. Little did we know how bad those pixie beans would be. Oh well, not like I'm gonna do anything about it. Oh, you get organizing from this? How did I not realize that the entire time I was doing that? Alright, let's do a little bit of that. You're really in a groove, munching on day-glow roasted pixie beans and feeling just good? Like everything is going right for once. You catch yourself giggling for no reason. For fun, you decide to put a pixie bean through the analyzer. Sure, your dad already studied them, but there's gotta be stuff you still don't know about them. Like, you only just discovered today how incandescently delicious they are roasted. Maybe you can figure out why they glow. Then you can make everything glow. The analyzer spits out a bunch of info, and Congruence helps you interpret it. She says, as if she really needs to ponder anything. These readings are different than the initial ones, suggesting possible amplification with certain hormones for bioreactivity in situ. In regular words, Congruence, please. Pardon me, Yabby. I mean, they might mess with human brain functions under some conditions. We should perform the analysis again. This sounds important. You run more samples of roasted pixie beans through analyzer, but you only get more frustrated. Are you certain these are clean samples? Congruence asks. I'm detecting anomalies in the readings. Excuse me for asking, but have you washed your hands? Ew, Congruence, of course you have. You don't know what to do. You try everything, even scrubbing the beans clean with acid. Congruence reverts to her most robotic, focused entirely on figuring out this puzzle. When her normally chipper voice goes monotone and cold, it makes you feel so lost. You're never going to get this right. You start feeling tears pricking in your eyes. Run the experiment correctly. You wipe your eyes and try to focus. Once the samples are finally scanned, you help Congruence run simulations to see what effect the pixie beans might have on different types of brain chemistry. Do you have permission to do this, Yabby? It requires significant power, she asks. You wave your hands at her. Yeah, of course, sure, whatever. You giggle. No one's here to stop you, right? Processing all that simulation data makes the greenhouse lights flicker. You might get in trouble for that later, but what do you care? You're doing science! Congruence chews on the results for, well, less time than it would have taken you, but still an appreciable amount of time for her, a supercomputer. She says finally. Yabby, have you been feeling not yourself lately? As if your thoughts and your reactions are more dramatic, even more so than usual? Well, now that you think about it, Obviously, we test for toxicity before we clear native plants for consumption, Congruence continues, but there are limitations. For example, accounting for the hormonal fluctuations of people undergoing puberty. Congruence explains that there seems to be a chemical in the Pixie beans that hyperbonds to estrogen and testosterone, and that combination of molecules activates receptors in your brain way more than just hormones alone. The chemical will build up over weeks first, then it's going to hit a flashpoint and you look at the beans you've been munching on all afternoon, all week. Uh-oh. You call your dad to take a look at your findings. There's no way there's, he mutters as he scrolls his holopalm and stops. Well, I'll be jiminied. How are you feeling, Abby? You look over from where you've been balancing a sample beaker on your forehead. The beaker slides off and you bounce it off your knee a few times before catching it. Then you burst out laughing for no reason at all. Your dad blinks at you. Well, that answers my question. We've got to stop eating those beans right now. Oh, so you can find out yourself. Your dad looks distraught. Lulu was right, he says, collapsing in a nearby chair and rubbing his eyes. She didn't trust these things, but shit, she's going to be pissed we don't have another successful food source. You look at him in shock. You hardly ever see him swear. It must be worse than you think. Your dad sits there in silence for a long time. Oh, well, my hormones are gone, so at least that's good. One good news in all of this. 666, Satan's number for the disaster we're going through right now. Yay! 32 kudos! Fuck yeah. I know we have more important things going on right now, but fuck yeah. What else can we do? Oh, Galaxy, little man. You gotta get down. You can't be on the computer. My sweet, handsome little man. Oh, my boy, my sweet baby boy. Okay, plus 10 reasoning, plus 15 to all skills, plus 30 engineering. We don't need that. All card values become wild. We're gonna save up our kudos for now. Oh my goodness, Galaxy! That was him jumping off the top of the chair and landing on the desk. Little man, you're crazy. You're such a crazy little kitten. The four of you spend the afternoon braiding bracelets out of recycled bits of wire and bright plastic packing straps. Tangent dutifully counts each one on her holopalm, while Mars motivates you to work harder and faster. She promises 2 kudos to whoever makes the most bracelets. Tammy's already way ahead, but I'll let her win. I already have a lot of money. Tammy's deft fingers have practiced this so many times she doesn't even need to look at her work. She's a bracelet weaving expert. Her color choices are a bit random though, resulting in questionable combinations like olive green and hot pink. Mars takes all the bracelets at the end of the day. After I sell these, she says, I'll put the kudos in the club treasury. Meeting adjourned. You ask Tangent and Tammy if they think Mars actually is going to sell them. I think so, Tang tells you, but the club doesn't even have a treasury. She'll probably just keep the kudos for herself. She doesn't seem to care. I mean, do we really need kudos? Nah. Should we deliver supplies? I think so. One last time. You show up to the delivery depot bright and early, as most of the colony is still yawning and pawing around for their morning cup of blep tea. Seek is there with a large stack of thin white rectangles. Is that paper? That's terrible for the environment. Child, there are more trees out there than you can imagine, Seek says in a patronizing voice, and they grow back. When you're older, you'll understand. And regardless, Governor Uticott has requested it. She's sentimental for these things. I myself have traded in my holopalm stylus for a pen. You're to deliver a stack of these reports to every council member in the colony. Seek asks you not to read them, but says it's just boring adult stuff you wouldn't understand anyway. You clutch the papers to your chest and nod. First stop is engineering. Paper? Dr. Instance is exasperated. The governor is sending messages by paper now? Is this a joke? Tell me this is a joke. You shuffle your feet nervously. Seek seems serious to you. She skims the first page, muttering to herself, and there's sensitive information in here. Of all the superfluous, technophobic, sentimental foolishness. You back away quietly. Next stop, the cafeteria. Antecedent takes the notice carefully with both hands. Paper? What a strange idea. And oh, look, Governor Uticott even signed it. What marvelous handwriting they have. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this once I finish reading it, she thinks out loud. Throw it in a disassembler? Seems far too precious for that. Will I need a filing cabinet in here? I wonder. I suppose I can recycle it for craft time. Next up is the expeditions office. Hey, Hattie! Utopia greets you outside, holding a heavy crate filled with something alive struggling to get out. Just leave the notices on that bench there, okay? I'll bring them inside in a minute. Paper memos, eh? She chuckles. Is Uticott really that old? What's next? Toilet paper? Wait, what have we been using? The moment you put the documents down, a gust of wind picks them back up and they fly everywhere. You snatch for them but accidentally drop the rest of the stack you're holding. Sabotaging? Well, we don't need that. Scramble to pick them up. You shove your papers back together haphazardly, embarrassed at your clumsiness. Sneak a peek. The report details food shortages in the colony, starting with the loss of long-term supplies when the ship was damaged by the wormhole, then the growing conditions here on the planet and other unexpected challenges. There are some scary-looking graphs showing the food supplies going down, 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 and food production rising too slowly to match demand. Disturbed, you decide you've read enough. You dutifully deliver the remaining reports to Chief Rhett and your mom, who both seem a bit confused that they weren't sent via the HoloNet. You watch your mom's reaction as she flips through the report, nodding solemnly. Then she ruffles your hair and thanks you for being such a good courier. As snuck looks. I know things. Too many things. Whatever happens, happens. I don't know if this is when the faceless shows up. I don't remember. But we're not going to worry about that because it's not our problem this run. Study life sciences. File into class and take a seat. Floating on the central holoprojector are the words, Sex Ed. Chief Engineer Instance already looks like she's over and done with the whole class. Right, so today we're supposed to learn about sexual education, she says, her arms crossed in front of her chest. We're going to watch a 1-hour video. There will be no discussion period. If you have any questions, look it up on the HoloNet. You watch a boring video about mammalian reproduction before the invention of gene tech. Can you believe that people used to just squirt liquids inside of each other and sometimes babies came out? And sometimes they gave each other diseases? Ugh, sounds gross. The way the colony does it now, by implanting embryos into people who've made the choice to become parents, is so much more civilized. You will even learn that the Shadow brought frozen embryos from Earth to ensure genetic diversity. Some of your friends are descended from these donors, not from their parents. Some of them don't even have parents, but no one treats them any differently. Over dinner, your dad is concerned when you tell him that Instance only showed you a video. We agreed to teach you kids about the important stuff, he says, putting down his fork. Consent, personal hygiene, communication. You're missing a lot of information here, kiddo. Your dad and you have a genuine, if slightly embarrassing, conversation about sexual education beyond just reproduction. He answers all of your questions, gives you a big hug, and tells you that you can always come to him if you have any more. An embarrassing lesson. Aw, Nomi, I miss you. I can't wait to see you again. It's weird not having all the kiddos here. Another year, another glow. Everyone's pretty sure there's going to be an attack this year, so the colony's on high alert. You're collecting glowflies in the Geophonics Gardens with Cal and an enemy when the sirens begin to wail. You all stop what you're doing and look at each other nervously. Your parents run off to help defend the farms, telling you to get inside the greenhouses and stay quiet. An enemy declares she's going to the walls to watch the soldiers fight. She knows a good spot. I'm going inside. You and Cal do as you're told while an enemy heads for the walls. You manage to push a trunk of gardening supplies across the door. They're automatic doors, so it won't stop them from opening, but it'll at least buy you a few more seconds to run away if something tries to come through. Cal looks up at the glass ceiling and walls. If they come through the door, he mutters. He shows you a good hiding spot, and together you curl up and try not to make any noise. I just hope nobody gets hurt, he mutters, hiding his face in his knees. After a while, the all clear rings through the colony. You and Cal come out from your hiding place and creep back outside. In the distance, you see 2 of the largest fields have been torn up. Cal shoots you a worried look, and you go back to collecting glowflies in silence. You watch your mom and your dad survey the damage with grim, tight body language. Galaxy! Your parents are arguing quietly at your little table. I'm telling you, it wasn't a fluke, your mom says. They're not just wild animals. They have a plan. The fields, the lights. Okay, your dad replies, taking her hands across the tabletop. We have to tell people what we saw in Geophonics. They look up, noticing you in the doorway. Your dad's worried expression quickly changes to a smile. Hey, Rutabaga. What happened in the fields? They're not going to tell me. Your mom stands up. Don't worry about that, she snaps. Get to bed. It's late, and we have a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up. It is glow is over. And we grew up. We're a little older. Oh, everyone's a little older. And we got a new perk. Extra enhancement. Enhance your DNA and engineering. What? Ooh, exciting. We're gonna have to do that next time. Don't let me forget. Oh, Tammy. Oh, we actually get to see you older. But not really, because I'm not hanging out with you at all. And Tangent. Okay, we have a lot to do. We're finally aging up, so that means we're probably going to get to do more stuff with Tangent. And we also want to raise our organizing so we can get that achievement. But that'll have to wait for next time. Also, I need to get rid of that. Oh, I'm going to take that off now. Hang on, before I forget. Yeah, there we are. We're almost there. And then we'll finally get that last perk, and then it's just organizing we need to worry about. But that will have to wait till next time. So until then, Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourselves, don't eat pixie beans, and have a good day.